We arrive at something terrifying.
What is up, you guys? I'm Charmx. Today I'm going to be reacting to what's the deepest hole we can possibly dig. Now, this is by Real Life Lore, who makes some pretty crazy and awesome videos. Hopefully this will be awesome. With that being said, the original link's in the description. Without any further ado, let's begin.
So at some point in their lives, nearly everybody has wanted to dig a hole down to the center of the Earth. The only problem is, nobody ever has actually dug a hole down that far.
Wouldn't it be like really hot down there because the Earth's core is like lava or something, right? It's something like that. So, you know, the deeper you go down, the hotter it would get.
This leads us to the question that this video is all about. If humanity decided that digging a hole was the #1 objective of our species, then how deep down could we actually dig with modern day technology? Let's say that we start somewhere on the Earth's surface and just start digging from there. Not too far down at 1.8 meters, and we arrive at the standard grave depth in Western culture, so if you're afraid of zombies, this is how far down they'll be coming from. 4 meters down, and we arrive at the depth that Pharaoh Tutankhamun's tomb was discovered at. A little further at 6 meters below the surface, we reach the maximum depth that metal detectors can pick up signals from. At 12 meters, we can find the deepest burrows dug by—
I did not know metal detectors could detect 20 feet down. That's pretty crazy. I thought it could only do like a couple feet down.
by animals, the Nile crocodile. A little further down at 20 meters, and we arrive
Wait, what?
at the depth
Wait.
up signals from. At 12 meters, we can find the deepest burrows dug by animals, the Nile crocodile.
Wait a minute, that crocodile digs holes 39 feet down? What?
A little further down at 20 meters, and we arrive at the depth of the Paris catacombs beneath the city of Paris, a tomb that holds the remains of over 6 million people.
I was always interested in seeing what that would look like going there, but I don't want to because it would also probably freak me out way too much.
Double that distance to 40 meters down, and we can see the deepest swimming pool in the world. If you drained this pool and jumped into it from the top, it would take nearly 3 seconds before you would hit the bottom.
What kind of swimming pool is that? Oh, is that one of them for divers to practice in or something?
100 meters down is the usual distance that governments bury their nuclear waste at. And just beneath that, at 105.5 meters down, is the deepest metro station in the world, located in Kiev. Moving on to 122 meters down, and we see the deepest known point that a plant's roots have ever reached.
400 feet? Why would a plant's roots need to go that deep?
A fig tree in South Africa. 220 meters down, and we arrive at the deepest river in the world, the Congo River in Africa. Beyond that, at
720 feet down for a river. That's not a freaking river, okay? That's a canyon.
240 meters, you can ride through the deepest railway tunnel in the world that connects the Japanese islands of Honshu and Hokkaido. But at 287 meters down, you can drive through the deepest road tunnel in the world in Norway. 305 meters down, and you would still be vulnerable to the B-82 Earth-penetrating nuclear warhead, which—
What? 1,000 feet down, you could still be affected by that. That's crazy. This stuff blows my mind, it really does.
can destroy structures up to this depth beneath the surface. Incredibly though, at 392 meters, we arrive at the deepest well and possibly deepest hole ever dug by hand. This is the Woodingdean water well in the UK, and it was dug all the way back in 1862. At 600—
Why? Why is it so deep? That's crazy.
3 meters down, we arrive at something terrifying. The deepest vertical drop inside of a cave. If you were unfortunate enough to be in this cave and fall down this hole, the fall would be higher up than falling from the top of the One World Trade Center in New York.
Oh.
Even further down though, at 700 meters, is where the Chilean miners were trapped at for 69 days back in 2010.
Oh, I remember that. That was 2010? Man, time flies fast. I thought that was like 3 years ago or something.
970 meters down is the deepest hole ever dug that still has an open sky above it, the Bingham Canyon open pit mine in Utah. Much further down at 1,410 meters though is where the deepest concert ever held happened by the band Agonizer in Finland.
What? They held a concert how far down?
to the surface. Much further down at 1,410 meters, though, is where the deepest concert ever held happened by the...
What's that in feet? But nonetheless, why? Why would you... How many people showed up? How many people possibly showed up to this freaking concert? Like 2 people or something? Like, it seems like it would take way too much time and effort to get down that far just to hear some band play.
The band Agonizer in Finland. 1,642 meters down is the depth of the deepest lake on Earth, Lake Baikal in Russia, and 1,850...
5,000 feet, or 5,300 feet for a lake. And I don't like the idea of swimming in lakes because of, you know, what could be down there. But 5,000 feet? Like, who knows what's down there?
7 meters down is the deepest part of the Grand Canyon. The deepest known cave on Earth is located 2,197 meters beneath the surface in Georgia. But the deepest hole that you could actually fall into goes way deeper than even this. 3,132 meters is the bottom of the Moab Kotsong mine shaft in South Africa. Taking the elevator takes 4.5 minutes to reach the bottom, but if you fell into it from the top...
Imagine if you're late for work, and you're there, but you still have to take this elevator down.
It would take you 25 entire seconds for you to hit the bottom and think about what you've just done. Even further down at 3,600 meters is the deepest point that a multicellular organism has been found alive. 4,000 meters down is the deepest part of the deepest mine on Earth, also located in South Africa.
2.5 miles down. That's insane. Why do you need to go so far down?
The trip from the surface down to the bottom takes over an hour to complete.
Trying to show up for work would be such a pain. It would take an hour to get down there. If you have to show up for work at 8, you have to be at the mine by 7. And if you live like half an hour away, you have to get up like 3 hours early every day before you go to work. That would be such a pain.
And the temperature at the bottom can reach a sweltering 66 degrees Celsius. 6,000 meters.
And 151 Fahrenheit? How can anyone live in that? That has to be hotter than anywhere on Earth. 150 Fahrenheit? You wouldn't live. That would be a horrible job.
The average depth of the oceanic crust beneath the ocean floor. Way down at 8,848 meters is the height of Mount Everest if it were placed underground instead. 10,994 meters down is the bottom of the Marianas Trench, which is the deepest part of the ocean. Unbelievably, humans have actually dug down significantly deeper than even this.
Why? Why? Like, a lot of this stuff is cool. Like how deep and all this. But why? Like, you'd think we'd be doing other things with our time, like trying to find cures for cancer, you know, something like that. Something more productive than digging holes.
12,262 meters is the depth of the Kola Super Deep Borehole, a project where the Soviet Union attempted to drill all the way through the Earth's crust. They only reached a third of the way there, though, because the temperature at this depth...
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The deeper you go down, the closer you get to the core. And the temperature would be so hot that it would start melting equipment or something like that.
Reached 180 degrees Celsius, which was too hot for the drill to continue operating any further. The hole is also only 23 centimeters wide. So
What? That's the hole they dug? Well, I guess if you wanted to dig that deep, and you wanted to do it fast, probably digging a smaller hole is better, right? Like, if you're gonna dig a hole like the size of a car, or something like that, that would take a lot more effort.
You can't accidentally fall into it. Recently, however, this depth has been surpassed by the Z44 Shavio oil and gas well, which has drilled down to a depth of 12,376 meters.
Why? For oil?
The crust, however, can extend down to 70,000 meters below the Earth's
43
surface.
miles?
The planet's center is located 6,371 kilometers down. If the surface of the Earth is Lisbon, Portugal, and the planet's center is Astana, Kazakhstan, then humanity so far has just ventured this tiny, insignificant distance.
That's crazy. That's freaking crazy. So yeah, we haven't really done anything. Why devote all this time to digging a hole when you're not gonna get halfway there, right? Like, there's no point. Do other things. Solve cancer. It's freaking, I don't know, solve water problems around the world. Something like that, you know, do something different. But anyway, I hope you guys liked this video. This was nuts. This was really nuts. First off, I wouldn't expect people to get as far as they did. But then seeing how far they have gone compared to how far they need to go to get like halfway there or whatever, It's just, it's freaking pointless. Because there was like, it was nothing. It was nothing. Anyway, I hope you guys liked this video. This is really interesting to me. I hope you guys liked it. And if you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Possibly share with a friend. If you're new, subscribe to the family. Also, make sure you guys go subscribe to Real Life Lore. That link's in the description. And I'll see you guys next time. Boop!